Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Smart English with Miss Bushra. Oh my goodness, the most awaited lesson of all the time. Yeah, the wait is over now. Lesson number 12 is now on here. So let's get a start. First of all, I would like to welcome all of my students, and I really apologize for the wait that you all did. I really mean that, and I'm receiving a lot of messages from all of you. Yeah, that was true. The teacher quite busy. Life has something else. So to teach us, to guide us. So yeah, I was, in that process of healing and learning, and there are more over to talk. Well, let's back to the topic and let's get to start today's class. In today's class, day 12, it will be very interesting. And don't forget to watch it completely and learn from it because this class has a value and I'm putting a lot of value into it, so you have to stay tuned till the end. First of all, I would like to introduce my smart kind of an introduction to all of the students, those who have watched my previous lessons. We were talking about conjunctions. In today's lesson we are going to talk about adjectives and adverbs. Adjectives and adverbs, you better and can understand, and you better know that what adjectives and adverbs are. So, we are going to learn more about what adjectives and what adverbs are. In today's class, we are going to talk about that how we can improve our English speaking and using simple tips and tricks how we can be a better speaker in the world of English. That is the goal of my journey. Let's get started. So, students, what are adjectives? Adjectives describes nouns. That is true. From day first up till now, I have been teaching you subject, verb, object, SVO formula, SVO formula. What is S? S is subject. Subject means noun or pronoun. So, when you are defining subject, likewise, when you are defining noun or pronoun, they are called adjectives in English. In the world of English, in the English subject, in the English grammar, it is called adjectives, right? So, adjectives tell us about noun. It define us more about pronoun. It tell us how it look like, or how many, or how much, quantity. For example, the house, the big house. It describes the size actually. She is a talented singer. It describes, quality. I have 3 books. It describes quantity. Whatever the adjectives are, it define any noun or pronoun. Let's move towards more examples of adjectives. Before I move into the more adjectives, definitions, or more examples, I would like to tell you in a simple way, whenever you are defining noun, they are called adjectives. She's smart, she's beautiful, she's cute, he's handsome, he's hardworking, he's couch potato, he's lazy. These all are the examples which I have explained. Now let's back to the lesson. He is a fast runner. This is an interesting book. So students, these are some of the examples which are here, and I have told you some. The beautiful sunset impressed everyone. Pick an object from your room and describe it. For example, right now in front of me, there is a beautiful lamp. So, in my case, the beautiful lamp. Or there is a beautiful car toy in front of me. Or you can say small car toy also. So here a small car is adjective. What are adverbs? Now let's move towards adverbs. Adverbs define or describe verbs. You can check the name. Add verbs, meaning adding the value to the verbs. Now what is verb? Verb is an action like go, come, play, eat, sing, dance, and many other verbs, thousands and billions and trillions. So, when you are defining your action, this is called adverb. Adverbs describe verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Adverbs tells us how, when, where, or what extent something happened. Let's move towards some examples. She sings beautifully. He arrived early. They worked very hard. These are some of the adverbs. Let me tell you one tip, students. Adverbs usually ends on ly. In the English grammar, wholesale English grammar, 90% of the adverbs usually ends on ly. Likewise, quickly, smartly, and many other adverbs that usually ends on ly. So, examples of adverbs. Now we are moving towards this will take 2 minutes to understand, but it will be a long lasting lesson for your entire life if you remember it correctly and smartly. So, as I told you, adverbs are the words, the small words that add value to your sentence. Instead of saying he goes, you can say he goes faster, right? Or instead of saying he drives, you can say he drives carefully. Instead of saying she goes to the library, you can say she often go to the library. She sometimes goes to the library. The movie ended too quickly. These small words are called adverbs. Now, here is an activity. Try making sentences using quickly, happily, and any other adverb that you already know. So, if you know the adverbs, you can tell the sentences in the comment section to make this lesson more useful, interesting, and engaging. I would suggest to all my students try to practice this. Practice is the only thing that will lead you for your better speaking and understanding of the any language. It can be English, science, or any subject, right? So it's better to have a practice rather just to study one day and leave the whole week. Adverbs and adjectives. What are the key differences? We are learning today adverbs and adjectives. So let's have a quick comparison. Basically, students, adjectives define and describe noun, whereas adverbs define any verb, any action. So that is the major difference. Where adjectives are defining the noun, the pronouns. So adverbs are defining actions. That is the huge difference between both of it. Let's move to the activity session now. Let's identify. Students, the best way to learn any new topic is to make notes, is to prepare yourself for it. In the previous class, we talked about conjunction. Conjunctions are very useful for building your sentences in an extended way. For example, if you are making a small sentence and you want to extend your sentence, you can use conjunction. If you are making simple sentence and you want to put some toppings on it, you can use adjectives and adverbs. Spot the adjectives and adverbs. Sentence: the bright sun shines brightly. The bright sun shines brightly. They are very happy students who work hard. You have to identify the adjectives or adverbs from this sentence and tell me in the comment section so that I can see how smart my students are. So, in activity number 2, that is create sentence. My only goal for my beginner students is to help them out to creating simple sentences. But my goal is for advanced students because I do have advanced students, those who are listening me, as I have multiple students. So, for the advanced students, I would suggest not to make only simple sentences using SVO formula, but putting conjunctions, adverbs, and adjectives in it to add value. But for my beginner students, I would suggest you to make simple sentences but correct and clear. Instructions. Use quick adjectives and quickly adverb in sentences. Example: he is a quick learner, he finishes task quickly. Now you have to make sentence, one small sentence in the comment to make me understand how my smart students are learning. Alright, common adjectives mistakes. Now let's move to the mistakes. Yeah, very true. It's all the time students are asking me, teacher, kindly identify our mistakes whenever we are speaking or writing. Yeah, true. This is the very, smart time that I am now telling you your mistakes. Try to avoid an with singular countable nouns, like for example, an interesting book. Order, you can say, opinion, size, age, shape, and color. For example, in our speaking, we usually make mistakes like this. So try to avoid these mistakes. It will help you to clear your sentences. And this is what the matters the most. Clarification of the sentences, even it is small, but it should be clear, simple, and the listener can understand it carefully. Common adverb mistakes. Adverb placements matters. Yeah. Where are you putting the adverb that really matters? Tip. Usually after the verb. She sings beautifully. If you'll put adverb at the first, that is the wrong. Like beautifully she sings, smartly he drives, fastly he drives. This is the wrong adjustment or placement of adverb. But if you are putting the adverb at the correct place after verb, that is the right one. There is no mistake in that. These are some of the small tips and tricks that we have to focus while we are learning, and keep these tips in your fingertips so that you will not forget, and try to repeat it as much as possible, not to, repeat these mistakes, and follow the tips. Let's continue our lesson. Activity 3, rewrite, make it better. Sentences. She is a speaker. Now you have to add an adjective in these sentences. He reads, add an adverb. Example, she is a confident speaker. He reads carefully. So you are going to tell me any other adjectives or adverb by your own choice which you already know, and you are going to make sentences, useful sentences. As I told you, adverbs usually ends on ly. This is true. And adjectives defines the quality and the quantity of any noun or pronoun. Adjectives in comparison. Now I'm going to tell you some of the types and comparative adjectives. I'll not go into detail because I just started this topic and I don't want to mingle my students or mix my students' mindset into this, as this is the first time that I'm introducing adjectives and adverb. So in the next lesson, in the upcoming lessons, I will talk about more about you know, the categories of adjectives, the degrees of adverbs, like wise, frequency, time, and many other things that will be, being discussed. So here in the comparing with adjectives examples I have already given. Now you have to compare the adjectives and then tell me in the comment section for the better understanding. Here we are going to talk about adverbs modifying adjectives. Yeah, this is the topic that need to be discussed right now before ending today's lesson. As I told you that I'll be sharing more details in the next lesson, in the upcoming lesson, about the types of adverbs, the types of adjectives, the comparative, superlative, and many other. And if you already know, you can hit the comment section and make other people understand. Also, share knowledge as much as possible. It multiplies. From the day first up till now, I'm telling this to all my students. Well, adverbs whose adjectives? It's extremely cold today. It's incredibly talented. He is So, use very with an adjective in a sentence. Yeah, adverbs and adjectives both are slightly similar, not so similar, but they are defining basically two parts of a speech. One is noun and one is verb. So, in the real life usage, now let's talk about the real life usage. Use them every day. Yeah, this is true, students. If you're not using, what is the purpose? You will forget it. You will forget it. Whatever I told you right now from the day one up till now, if you don't repeat it, you will forget it. Simple. So, consistency and practice is the only thing that will lead you to make understand. I would suggest all of you to keep watching, keep sharing the knowledge as possible as you can. And yeah, this is true. If we share the knowledge, it multiplies. So, let's start this chain once again and share the knowledge as possible as we can. Let's conclude today's lesson. Let's end up and wind up today's lesson. And I'm going to share some of the things with you. Adjectives describes nouns, this is true, and adverbs define action. Practice makes perfect, and yeah, practice is the only solution for now. Now you have to make 5 sentences using adjectives and adverbs and share in the comment section. Keep sharing the knowledge as possible as you can. Stay connected.